good evening, CORCC family and YouTube family. We're running just a little bit behind, but it's all good in the neighborhood. We had to have a meeting this after just for a few moments with one of the church members as we're preparing for growth here at CORCC. And as y'all can see, we got the power team with us again tonight. If you miss the Women of War encounters, man, you missed something mighty. It was awesome. I mean, Victoria just tore it up Friday night. Yes, first tore it up Sunday, and we had Soul Saved Sunday. That was so awesome. We've experienced growth in the church. We've got new folk coming. It was just an awesome encounter. We're already looking forward to next year, which will be April the 30th through May the 2nd. He's will be back. I'm telling you, man, it was off the chain. I'm telling you, we've already got it right there. It is. Victoria tore it up on the armor. First started talking about the heart and the heart needing water, and it was just a great time. And like I said, we've seen a mighty move of God. So, ladies, great job. So glad you both are here. First, as always, with me. But you two, I mean, we're just gonna go ahead and start. I'll start with Victoria. We'll go over there because Heather first gets started. Once she gets started, she starts rolling. But kind of share just a little bit, if you don't mind. Share about what you brought to the house Friday night.
I brought about the armor and the different warriors of the women warriors in the Bible, and how they wore the armor, and then how I wore it in the past and wear it now, or how I have to wear it now to keep from going back to the past.
Amen. Not only that, she wrote a powerful poem.
Oof. Yeah,
I am telling you, I kept thinking about the lady, and I don't know, I thought it was the conference at Elevation where the lady did the poem and they had the light on her, and I could not help but think about you doing that. She kind of stepped on my message for that Saturday of the encounter, but she brought it so wonderfully. And you got to go back. It's on our YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. Go back and watch Friday night, Sunday morning. It was amazing what these ladies brought to the house. And then first can share a little bit about hers and what she brought to the house on Sunday morning.
The heart.
I'm sure, but they need to. You're looking at me. Look at them. You know.
Go back and watch. The heart in the water. Water in the heart.
Don't drown. So kind of share
75%.
Share what you're talking about. Share
heart in water.
It's going to be a rough night.
It's going to be a rough night. Tough crowd.
It's going to, not a tough crowd, tough first lady. Victoria was good. I mean, but we seen.
I want her to talk more.
We anointed the ladies, when we prayed with them. And it was funny because we have an anointing oil here at the church that people, it's not a joke, but it's true. Our anointing oil burns.
I might have to get some.
And we ain't going to change it. Because I'm going to tell you something. It burns out the impurities and the infirmities. I'm telling you that.
Amen.
One of the ladies came up to Heather, first, came up to first at the during the encounter and said, my forehead's burning.
Yeah, honey, get that sin out.
Get
the devil out.
I was thinking, the blood. Yeah. But when I thought about, I seen it was. Listen, I just got to be honest with you. When I seen it, I was like, yeah, it does burn. Mm-hmm. I've actually taken some before I've preached and kind of put it on my tongue. And yeah, it's a little warm, but it'll let you know you've been anointed and appointed.
Amen. Sure. That's true.
But it was a great encounter. I mean, it was awesome. I got to brag on every lady that was here. We had folks, guys, that came in after work to be with us. It was just a great Women of War encounter. We didn't say conference. We want to say encounter.
Amen.
Because these ladies encountered Jesus, and we're just excited about what God is doing in the church. Our radical youth, our teenagers are growing. We've seen a lot of new teens come in the past couple of weeks, and We got Sunday Night Live coming up a week from Sunday, Sunday Night Live, and I love to see growth. I love to see what God is doing. We had folks come back that was a part of the church come back for the encounters, and God spoke a powerful word to them. So I want to go. I was thinking about this, and I'm glad both of you ladies are here because of the anointed messages you brought. But I was thinking today, driving down the road, about how people, instead of running to a call, runs from a call. And think about what I'm saying. I was thinking about when people, like, it is, I don't want to almost say this the right way, but when people run away from correction, and I want to go back to that. I don't care if people cut us off or not, but if David, when he sinned against God told David, said we have one of two things I can do. I can take your life, or I won't talk to you. And I want you, has there ever been a time in y'all's life where God told you to do something and you did the other?
Mm-hmm, a lot.
My whole past.
My whole past, yeah. Because I think so many times, I was talking to the General Executive Board today, and I was talking to them just a little bit about the encounter and what God is doing and what God wants to do with the church. But, I was also thinking about people going to church. Mm-hmm. Do they go to a church because they're called there? And I think I shared this. Or do they go to the church because it's comfortable? Yeah. And the sad thing
familiar.
Is,
it's familiar.
Yeah, it's familiar.
Right. Yeah.
And I think when you think about, it's just like, I know this is really going to make some people upset, but a lot of family goes to family church. Yeah. And it's familiar. And, you go to the church because dad pastors it or this, that, and the other. And it's familiar, but it's comfortable, but is there ever a change? Mm-hmm. Think about your walk with God. I'm sure you did back when you was a teenager, and I don't know if you ever went to a church because it was comfortable, but I do want y'all's opinion on this. What do you think what quickens you to change? Does that make any sense? Victoria, this is going to be me and you tonight. I'm going to tell you, I can already see it. She's sitting there. She's tough.
Taking it in.
You're taking it in. I was tired of falling, doing it my way wasn't getting me nowhere.
What was it you shared? I think you shared with me yesterday, and I'm going to just paraphrase the words you gave me, but they're spiritually hungry.
Yeah, they were starving.
They were starving for the word. And the sad thing is that people that are starving for the word, they eventually just drift off. Mm-hmm. It's just like somebody asked me, and I don't know, and I want to say this before we go any further. I just definitely want you to pray for Pastor Greg Locke's family. Mm-hmm. I don't know if y'all watched his service, but I watched his service yesterday. And for some of you that don't know, his son Evan successfully completed an overdose, and he was 20 years old. Mm. And I don't think people realize, with you being in leadership at the church, and of course First and I, there's a lot on us. Mm-hmm. And even though your children are older, there's a lot on them too, mm-hmm. because they're our children. Mm-hmm. I heard Pastor Locke say this, and you guys definitely with your I'm not going to say recovering because I think you've recovered, but when you're in your past, he said it just got to the point he got tired of answering the phone, mm-hmm. and he got tired of bailing his son out. And then he said, if I could tell any parent that has a child that's battling, answer the phone, mm-hmm. answer the text.
Yep.
But when you look at that, the pressure that Evan was under, Pastor Locke, and I seen something that really broke my heart. There was a guy got on their church's YouTube with the comments and said that Pastor Locke sacrificed his son on the altar of church. I mean, you guys. I mean, you just tell me. It just helps. Maybe somebody's watching. When you were going through the darkest days, because I believe both of you had dark days of addiction. Was it hard to call someone that you loved and tell them to come and get you, or tell them that you just need somebody to talk to? Does that make any sense at all?
Most of the time I didn't call.
That's me.
Yeah.
Well, but why did you not?
Well, when I got arrested, my dad told me that if I got arrested, he'd not to call him. He wasn't bailing me out. He bailed my brother out.
Yeah.
So I never called him.
But did you get deeper? Did it
Yeah.
cause you to go deeper,
Yeah.
spiral
Yeah.
deeper?
And then I learned how to manipulate him. So then I wouldn't call him for money for drugs. I would call him because I needed a bill paid.
Yeah.
I didn't care if he went and paid the bill because I was going to take my money
And use it for
and
drugs.
use it for drugs. So then he wasn't technically, in his eyes, he wasn't enabling me. But in reality, he still was, and he just didn't even know it.
Because you
Right.
manipulated
Yeah,
him.
you're right. Yeah.
So now, what about yourself? I mean, and I'm asking this for a reason, and I don't even know if I've got on this. I never battled the addictions of drugs or alcohol, but when at your darkest points, did you want to call your parents, or
No.
did you have somebody that you could call?
No.
So you just kept spiraling.
Yeah. Other druggies. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
And they just
about
said, "Let's
it.
go get high."
Yeah, that's it.
But I mean, well, I guess the question I want to ask is, maybe there's somebody that's watching us. When you went to people that you loved, how did they address the issue? I mean, I want you honest. I want you to be honest.
I hid mine, so I thought
Yeah.
pretty well.
Yeah.
Like my dad, if he knew it, I don't know that he knew it.
Yeah.
He died before I let it get so.
Your dad's been passed away how long?
2016.
So about 10 years. Well, 10
Yeah,
years this
yeah.
year. Yeah.
But yeah, so he died before I really got way out there. Once he died, that's when
It
I
really-
spiraled even worse.
So that was the way you numbed the pain. And I think that's something that a lot of folks don't realize. I mean, I don't know if you battled this, but a lot of folks that I've counseled, if a family member has passed away, they live in a life of regret, and I wish I would have. I wish I would have said this. I wish they wouldn't have seen that, and that caused you to spiral even. But I guess the question I want to ask you is, 10 years later, have you been able to grieve your dad?
I feel like I have way more now than I did in the beginning because I was just self-medicating. Now I can, talk about it and it don't upset me as bad, or, I can see things, so I can go by his house,
I mean, there's still a pain there, but not
Yeah.
the pain,
Right.
but without grieving.
Yeah.
We've experienced that in the church. This year, this month was how long, Bo? 5 years. 5 years. We had a guy Rustin. We're not
Rustin,
Rustin Barber. He played the electric guitar with us, and he successfully completed suicide. And there's still times. First, and I'll talk about it.
Yeah.
There's still times that we think we see him out somewhere, or we see a guy playing the electric guitar at
Looks
church,
like
and
him.
I think it was on Jenny Weaver's church.
It was.
The guy sitting there looking over his glasses at the
Like
people, no
that's
movement, no life
It
at
was.
all.
They
Just
all
like,
got
okay,
excited.
go right
and he was
ahead.
just like,
But I think,
That's
but
Rustin.
the way that we honor Rustin in his memory is, of course, the scholarships. I just remember, even, and then my uncle Rami in 1987, and I know it's still fresh, August 19th, 1987, when he successfully attempted and completed. I think that I have grieved both, but there's still times that, even I was 12 years old, my uncle passed, and 40 years later, I always pray, I don't know about y'all, but I always pray I never lose that memory. I never
Right.
lose I don't want their face to never fade.
Right. Yeah.
Rustin's will never fade. I mean, Rustin was someone that, that the girls knew, the, people in the church. And, but the thing that I go back to, and I don't know why we're diving into this, I just feel like God is leading us to this, is, he hit it well.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you guys, ladies, but do y'all feel like you hit it well, or do you think you thought you hit it and everybody's still seeing it?
I feel like I hit it well because, I was 24 when I really started doing drugs. And I still went to college.
Wow.
I took care of my kids. I graduated, with a medical assistant degree. And nobody
you
knew.
got that?
I also have a felony.
Mm-hmm.
We don't look at felonies here at the church, so get prepared, okay?
Right, yeah.
But how about yourself? I mean,
Oh, yeah, I hit it very well.
but
I still worked a
so
full-time
you
job.
y'all would be functioning.
Functioning.
Yeah,
We were
addicts,
functioning
yeah.
addicts, yeah.
Wow. I seen a picture of First. She showed me back, Lord, years ago. Even though she thought she hid it, I still seen it. You can still see it in her eyes.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I can see it. Like, looking back at pictures of when me and James first got together, I'm like, you fell in love with that?
Wait,
That is
James here?
Yeah. I was like, that is horrible.
Right, yeah.
I was like, how did anybody not see it?
Yeah.
Well, the thing
Yeah.
is, though, judgmental people seen it.
Yeah.
They just didn't want to tell you they seen it, so they talk
Yeah.
about you behind your back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like I've got family members that are still addicts. Think they're hiding it,
Mm-hmm.
but the thing is just like, with addiction, and Pastor Greg said he did see it with his son.
Mm-hmm.
But he felt like he had a handle on it. He was going to the addiction meetings, and I think that, because I know you guys are a part of that in Surrey County, with the folks that you do go around, is there still some that still fall short, would you say?
Oh, yeah. You can see it when they come in, and, James and I try not to be like
Yeah.
judgmental, but you can tell.
Yeah. Yeah, you can tell.
It's very obvious.
And I want to ask y'all a question, because I know the answer, but for some folks, you'd be amazed at how many people watch our program. I mean, it's truthful when I tell you that there's people that watch, honestly, all across the United States. But when you guys, now, you're how many years
4.
in your,
19,
well, we've been together 18
20,
years in June, 20 years?
20.
20 years. Do you ever, does the enemy ever now try to remind you or try to get you to go back, even though
Daily.
you're 4 and 20?
Daily.
Not for me now.
Not for, but you're
Yeah.
4, she's
Yeah.
20, it's a big,
Yeah.
but see,
But that's just been recent.
yeah, because I'll say this: when men first got together, and like I said, it's going to be 18 years, actually June the 16th, that we've been together. I told her that, she told me what she expected out of me. I told her what I expected out of her, and we hold each other accountable to that. And when I look at addiction, and I don't care if people get mad, but addiction ain't just drugs.
No,
It
it's not.
can be lust. It can be nicotine. It can be tobacco, and I say that because you have chewing tobacco and dip, stuff like that. But food. It could be
Oh,
drinks.
no, I still love my energy drink.
Well, it's just like
Yeah.
a lot of you don't realize. A if you'd have been with me 5, 6, 7 years ago, I always had a Diet Mountain Dew in my head. And James and I made a pact. You know, we talked about it, and I ain't even got a desire for these.
No, and they're even in the house, and he don't.
I don't even,
because
the
the
girls
girls
drink them now, but the thing is, I can go right by them and not have the taste for them. And honestly, I hate to say this. Well, I don't hate to say this, but I don't remember what they taste like.
Right.
Yeah.
Because when you've been set free of something, you know, but I think so many times when we hear addiction, it's automatically drugs or alcohol.
Yeah.
But there's other addictions.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and it's just like me and First, and we talk about this a whole lot. You know, me personally, I used to be one of the biggest wrestling fans there ever was. I was. The girls know that. But I feel like that if I'm watching that, me personally, everybody else to their own, and I'm watching women wrestle, I'm really almost, you know, they don't dress like wrestlers. They dress like, you know, whatever.
Porn stars.
But the thing is, me personally, because I know the addictions that my generational curses have brought down, that I feel, you know, and I want to go back to what I just said. I want to make sure that I make people mad enough to hear that. And addiction is not just drugs and alcohol.
Right.
There's religious addiction.
You're right.
There's, and the thing is like with First and I love my wife. I'm a covenant my wife. I love her more today than I did yesterday. But I feel like personally, because of things that my generational curses of my bloodline, that I don't even want to. The Bible says to abstain from the very appearance.
That's true.
Now, other people could watch that and maybe not be tempted.
Right.
But through the bloodline, which I'm sure people get, but the bloodline, I don't even want to entertain it.
Oh, yeah.
Because if I do, that as I preached, I think you said it, or maybe one of us talked about it, with the seed, a seed is deposited.
Yeah.
And it's very careful that we watch with addictions. I mean, like for example, even taking care of yourself with health wise can become an addiction, because you're constantly, oh God, I can't eat this, I can't eat this one, you know. But but besides, I guess with yours never was alcohol.
No.
But now yours was
somewhat, not as much.
Kind of like the cherry on top of the addiction.
Yeah, I mean, I did drink when I went to the clubs and to the parties and stuff.
I did too,
but that wasn't
like
something I couldn't just not go.
You
that I
go
could
with
go.
it or
Yeah.
without it.
Yeah.
I was more of a social drinker. If I was out, probably up until my drink got contaminated at the bar, I would drink quite heavily, but I wouldn't. It was just on the weekend.
Yeah.
And yours, like you said, it was just occasional.
Yeah, it was more occasionally. The drugs were more every day.
Yeah.
I was getting ready to say.
I was like, I didn't like how alcohol made me feel. And if I was going to drink, I had to go all in or go home, because I was going to drink till I got throwing up, blacked out, drunk.
Right.
Or I wasn't going to drink at all, because it don't taste it.
Yeah, that's why I drink because you didn't have to drink a whole lot. You know, like 3 shots, honey, you out there. We good.
Y'all gonna laugh at me, and I've told First, I have smelled alcohol in a cup. My Paul Kettner used to drink, and jokingly he would tell us, and the Lord called him home in the early '80s, but I was just a kid when this happened, and I said, Paul, what's in that cup right there? And he said, what I have to stay with your granny. And I remember smelling it, and I'm just going to be honest with you. I think it smells like urine.
It does.
I mean, beer does,
gross.
I mean, I think it smells like urine, because,
that's why we drunk liquor, honey.
But the thing is,
hit you hard.
But you think about it, through the things that you battled, there was a lot of decisions you wish you'd have never made.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And back to people that you said that loved ones, I stayed away from them.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't even go around them.
Yeah.
I mean, do you not pretty much say that? People who truly loved you because you knew you was going to hear nagging and fussing and, oh, you need to do that, you need to do this. Even though they didn't admit you have a problem, but in roundabout way, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they would hint, well, you need to be a better mom, or you need to,
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, then I'll just stay away from you because I don't want to hear your negativity. So
you're going to bring my house
down. You're right. It's
Well,
true. That's what I'm saying.
Did you
So
ever stay away from those same people because you felt guilty?
somewhat. Most of the time, I just didn't want to hear their mouth.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm going to be honest, I didn't want you to tell me I was doing wrong or doing bad or
Well,
that I didn't
it.
look good,
Right.
that I didn't, you know.
Yeah, because in reality,
Yeah.
you did already know it.
You already knew it.
Especially when I know with me and James, when we got to the end of our recovery, that was the last thing we wanted to hear was how bad we looked or how bad it was, how bad it had gotten.
Right.
Because we already knew. We were praying to stop anyway
Yeah.
at this point, but he was so far in as his choice of drug. He didn't want to be sick. He didn't want to hurt.
Right.
Mine, I just wanted to get through the next day.
Right.
You know, I wasn't going to necessarily hurt and be sick like he was.
Right.
But mentally, messes with your brain.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Don't
Yeah.
care what
Yeah.
it has taken probably 2 out of the 4 years to get like even short-term memory back.
Wow.
And there's some
Yeah.
there's things that it psychologically has affected.
Now, what?
Oh,
like what?
absolutely.
If you don't mind sharing.
It takes all the
I want you to hear-
serotonin out of your brain, and you have to have that for I don't know all the medical like
No, yeah,
proper
you're,
serotonin.
Kind of like, I mean, when
Yeah.
you said that, what's some of the effects that you do have with it?
Now it's still some of the short-term memory out and brain fog. Like I don't have the messed psychosis like I have seen people that are actually still like they call it a perma-trip where they're still acting like a schizophrenic, but it's not. They're not really schizophrenic. It's where they
Right.
done messed so long that they're still hearing voices,
Right,
still
yeah.
hearing.
Even years after.
yeah.
Wow.
One of the meetings that I went to in Surrey, that I'm on the board of, the Surrey County Coalition for Lived Experiences, they talked about it. They did a whole presentation of the long-term effects, and they said it takes almost two and a half years for your brain to fully not grow back.
I know what you're
but
saying.
build
Yeah,
its
yeah,
like
yeah,
brain
yeah.
cells
Yes,
back
yes.
Yeah.
after you've been an active user for so long.
Well,
Yeah, it really
do
messes
you
with
think
your
with, and I don't know if you take any meds, but do you think that some of the meds that people have to take is a result of the addiction? Because I know someone right now don't want to admit they're schizophrenic,
Right.
but my gosh, the signs are there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, and the sad thing is when what you just mentioned, you and First have been so transparent. A lot of family members don't want to admit that their family member's got a problem.
You're right.
Yeah.
A lot of family members don't want to admit that they pushed their medicine on their child for so
You're
long
right.
that
Yeah.
fed this addiction.
Yeah. No, you're
I
right.
mean,
Yeah, you're
I'm
right.
trying to get off on that soapbox.
No,
It's
it's true. Yeah,
because
yeah.
I know a lot of, you know, and I hate to say this, but I guess that's why I guard my children, so the ones that will let me so tight is because I feel like that I've seen so many, and that's why I said that yesterday morning, I think during the service. Pastors' children have so much weight on them. Even Allison Madison at 11 years old. Now, we don't have a mega church yet, but people are always looking at the pastor's children to be perfect.
Right.
And that's why I've always said I'll never sacrifice my family on the altar of church, but I have no problem correcting and accountability. But you know, when I look at the girls, and I look at, I'll say Gracie and the twins. I don't know why we always don't give Allison Madison a name. We just call them the girls or the twins. But you can't see one without the other.
Yeah.
But I don't want them to feel so much pressure. And I think most people, I looked at something today that's going to shock you. I was looking at a statistic. 86% of pastors' children battle an addiction.
I could
see it.
Nine
So
out of
much
10.
pressure.
9 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's because they have to, and I'm not giving a free pass to addiction, but dad expects them to be held at a higher standard. First lady expects them to be at a higher standard. And the sad thing is, you're taking away their youth.
Then you have all the church people that are looking at them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They have to be perfect, even though they're
Right.
kids.
Right.
Well, the thing is, the blessing you and James have is that your kids are older.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of kids feel like they can't go to their parents.
Yeah,
as
that's
the
what I was gonna
pastor.
say,
You know
too.
what I'm saying? Like,
Because, luckily Gracie and the girls have y'all that they can't, they
Right.
do feel like they can't come to, but what if it was another pastor that they couldn't come to?
right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like they could come and say, hey, I'm battling this. And I would understand. I'd be like, okay, like when Gracie said, well, they tried to get me to vape or whatever.
That
And
shocked.
I
She
told
never
them
shared
no.
that with
Like
us.
she
That
never
flipped
shared
us
that.
out.
And I'm like, Gracie, I'm very proud of you.
Yeah.
Or when Gracie does mess up, we're like, okay, Gracie, this is why, we might be disappointed, but we still love you.
Right.
And I've told her that. She even wrote on my little card, Mom, I know you get mad at me sometimes, but thank you that I can come to you.
Well,
And I think that's where a lot of times pastors' kids feel like they can't go to the pastor because they're going to be like, well, and I do tell my girls this, you know what the Word of God says, but you got to live it. I
Yeah.
can't do it.
Right.
And I think there's so much pressure. Like,
Yeah.
pastors are like, well, you know what the Word of God says. You know what you're supposed to do. Yeah, but they're flesh. They're battling something. They need to talk to somebody.
you know what? Yeah, I know I messed up, but help me recover from
Right,
it.
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
But we go back to what I just said a few minutes ago. I can't help you if I can't find you.
That's
Yeah,
true, yeah.
sure.
I mean, I can't help you overcome what you're going through
If you shut me
if
out.
you shut me out. You won't let me.
Or
Yeah.
you're not honest about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it's just
Yeah.
like some of the thing, and I'm not saying that to boast, but I can't help you if you won't let me.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest problem that we have is we want to run, and we run right back to the addiction.
Well, because it's comfortable.
Well, a lot of people,
You know.
but see, once again,
It's familiar, like you say.
you ask that question, and I know of one person in particular right now. Why did you fall back? Well, I'm talking about the person that shared. Y'all, you can answer that too in a second.
I mean,
sorry.
no.
But the thing was, what caused you to fall back? Well, my marriage. Well, did you reach out to anybody to get some help?
Right.
Well, no, I thought I had a handle on it. But you said, go ahead. You said, what caused you to fall back? It sounds
No,
like,
go ahead. You was
because
gonna
I
say
think
something. You go
both
ahead.
of you have fell back in the
Yeah.
past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what was what caused? Do you remember what caused you to fall back? Maybe the last time. I don't know how many times it was, but
Right. The last time I had an enabler.
well, yeah.
Yeah, like somebody brought it to me. I'd moved to Hickory, and they brought the syringes and the
From a familiar place.
Yeah.
very familiar.
But now, was that the last time that you fell back?
Yeah, that started it back.
And then,
And then it
after
didn't,
that,
yeah.
she was good.
Oh.
Yeah,
the
no.
moment.
Once you
it's-
start back,
yeah.
that's it.
No, I'm
was
talking
like a-
about that was the last time you fell back, and then
Yeah.
finally when you got
Enough.
to the point
Yeah.
you got to now.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say that led into probably one of the worst spirals. From then, that's when I really started getting in trouble. Well, not really getting in trouble, but
Yeah.
I had already absconded from my parole or my probation, so they were just waiting on me
Yeah.
to mess up. And then the girl I was living with in Hickory, she called the law on me while I was
Wow.
on my break at work. So,
Oh,
so I got
Lord.
arrested. So
Bless your heart.
yeah, and she knew I had warrants.
Oh,
Like,
that's why
Oh,
she
She
Yeah.
moved,
Yeah.
she moved me and the kids in. Addison and Ken and Shy and Dalton came, and Lexi moved back from Kentucky. Like she moved, it was supposed to be great, and
Yeah.
it was not great.
It was not great. Mm.
No, but then you had the
Yeah.
what we call come to Jesus moment
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah.
So you were saying something about
No, that's what I was going to say. The same thing. I think it just gets too hard for people.
Well, but did you ever? I mean,
They just don't want to face
Did you ever
it.
have somebody outside of the circle of wrong friends that you ever felt like you could go to that was not an addict, or it was like you knew you could go to them and they would help you if you would allow them to help you? Did you ever feel like you had that, I guess, a safety net, I guess, for lack of a better word?
To be honest, I didn't think
I
so.
didn't.
I mean,
Yeah,
I had my dad, but my dad started battling cancer in 2010, and he lived until 2016. And by the time about 2013 came around, we couldn't really go over there much because any kind of virus any kind of sickness. And then I had all 4 kids, and they were always sick being in school, so I just couldn't go around as much, and relationship ended. He took his daughter. I didn't get to see her no more, and I'd raised her from the time she was 6 months old. She was 8, so that just made it worse.
That much worse, yeah.
See, I think that's sad. What you guys are saying is you didn't have somebody outside that circle.
Well, for me, I shut everybody out.
Without being the sad
I mean, I didn't want nobody to help me.
But was anybody outside that circle you thought, well, I could go to, but if I went to them, I'd be judged?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just didn't really want to go to that. I mean,
she would have wanted to.
Yeah.
She would have went to the people she thought she could come her husband. I can be real. They would judge her.
Well,
right, yeah.
I mean, they would have fussed and complained, so that's why. That's why I just shut everybody out. Mm-hmm. When I got clean and sober, it was just me. It was me and God.
Share your story.
I mean,
prepare for yours too. I want you to give me that moment. Share with the people you don't have to go into detail about what got you there, but share with them how you felt and what you said.
I was tired. I was just tired of being sick and tired.
Mentally.
Physically, mentally. I had shared that story about I went with Samantha to her birthday, and I had been up I'll never forget that. Like, I thought it was a different drug, and it was a different drug. And I didn't sleep at all, and I had to go to a birthday party for Samantha, and I felt like I was like this. You know what I'm saying? And I thought, I know they see it. You know, in your mind, how you're like, I know they see it, but they're not acting like they see it.
Right.
And I can't be still.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like this. And so I was like, God, if you'll just get me out of here, I'll go home. I'll be okay.
Yeah. You
know how it is.
Yeah.
Your safe place is home. So I got home, and I was like, God, I can't do this anymore. I'm going to die. And I knew it. I paid my bills.
Now I'm going to tell you, what she shared with me, I have to say, she was a functioning.
Oh, yeah, I paid my bills enough to get by. Mm-hmm. I paid my bills.
Yeah.
Those come first.
Mm-hmm.
But, honey, I'd write a check for the drugs. You know what I'm talking about. It was getting to that point. Yeah. And so I was like, hey, can you hold a check for Friday if I give it to you today? And I was just like, you are crazy. Look how much money you're spending
but you don't
that your daughter needs.
Yeah.
And you could use it for her. Thank God. And I say this, I love my mama because I couldn't have done as much as I did. Right. She did most of it. I paid my bills, but if Samantha needed, Samantha got from my mom.
Yeah.
Or she wouldn't have had what she had. And I told Pastor, I said, I had a bed. Samantha had a bed, and I slept on a day bed. Yeah. Don't you remember I told you that?
Actually, that day bed came to my house when I didn't have nothing.
I slept on a day bed.
It was a futon.
It was a futon.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
That's why my back hurts today.
But, I mean, I had a place to sleep, and I had a couch, and that's about all I had. And so I was just like, I'm tired of being sick and tired. God, you don't want me to live like this. And if you'll take it away. Because I was shaking so bad. You know what I'm talking about. You probably know the drug.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, I couldn't be still. And I was up like this, all around the house. And I was like, I don't like this feeling. Because at least with the other, you can come down.
Right, yeah.
I was not coming down at all.
You're right.
And I shared with Pastor, I had to pay somebody $20 to take me home.
Yeah.
Because the girl that was with me freaked out. She drove my car because I was like, well, I'm not going to leave you. Like, So she went, and I don't blame her. It wasn't her fault. I told her to go. She ended up at the hospital. I ended up having to pay somebody gas to take me home because they said, I ain't got no gas money. I had $20. I said, can you please just take me home? And that's where the rubber met the road right there.
Yeah.
And God, I told him I was done. I was like, look, if you'll just help me. And I had that friend that I'd met, girls at school, Caitlin's mom, Cindy. The girls went to school together, and they were, Sam and her were really close. And so Cindy was like, I go to Elko. And her husband struggled with crack. He was addicted to crack. And so I had met, I want to say at a meeting or something. Anyway, that's how I got to know Cindy, because of the girls. And she was like, hey, if you want to start walking, if you want to start doing these things, let's go do it. And her husband was still in active addiction. And so I was there for her through her toughest time. And I guess just seeing that was a good reminder of, hey, I don't ever want to go back. Like, God, I remember what that was like, not sleeping. And I mean, I can see how people go crazy from not sleeping. One day, I'm not sleeping. And so I was just like, this is no way to live. But they still came around, and I was like, look, I'm done. I'm not doing this no more. And they're like, hey, but can you call so-and-so? Because they knew he was the drug dealer. Hey, can you call him, get him to... And I was like, look, I don't do this anymore. You're going to have to call him.
Yeah.
But I was the middle person because they knew, you know who it was, my best friend. They knew he would answer if I called. But we were that close.
Yeah.
And so they wouldn't answer them. But they're like, hey, we know if you call, you know what I'm saying. And I was like, look, I'm out. I'm done. I'm going to church now. And I had said that multiple times. And they're like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah.
Because if not, I'm going to lose my daughter in my life. So this is it. I'm done. And so that's how I ended up. I ended up at Elkin Valley. And props to Elkin Valley. I mean, it saved my life. Jesus saved my life. But Elkin Valley was there when I needed it. And so I learned about a relationship with the Lord, not religion. Because religion had me bound. I was always going to hell. I was all, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was no freedom. I didn't even know how to be free. And all those people were so hateful.
Them people were hateful.
I'm not saying all of them. I love my mom. But I'm saying most people, it's like, this is my pew. Don't sit in my pew. Don't sit in my seat. Don't. I'll look at you wrong, Pastor.
I went a couple times.
He was out. He said, I'm never coming back.
I'm like, I was treated better by people that hated me.
He said.
I mean, that was and I hate to say it. I mean, if first impressions, evidently she must have got a whole lot better than I got, because them 2 times I went was enough. 1 time was enough for me. 2 times was torture.
But you got to remember, I was raised in that church, so it was like family to me. And they had seen me go, and they had seen me come back, and I had Samantha. I wasn't married, and they did a baby shower for me, and I thought that was very nice, because they did for Samantha. They sure did. See, it floors me. But you got to remember, my dad was a deacon.
No,
is a deacon.
I thought we were talking about another church.
No. I'm talking about where I was raised.
I ain't talking about.
No, I was talking about where I was raised.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the difference.
And I mean, that did mean a lot. They didn't have to do that.
I hate to say this, but if I was a sinner, I'd still be a sinner because of the judgmental spirits of people.
Yeah, but not everyone.
Not everybody.
Not everyone.
Well,
But
now,
you have that
good Lord, I'll tell you
other
this.
than
the pastor was extra. Well, he he dedicated
Gracie. Mm-hmm.
But Pastor Jimmy McGlamry, one of the
Yeah.
best men I ever met.
Yeah, he was
I mean,
very, very nice
he was
and very,
real.
yeah.
He was. I loved to hear him preach. I mean, the man was on.
Yeah.
Tear it up.
Like
But-
I said, there was some good things,
I
but
thought okay, yeah, I can see the bad
but,
side of it.
okay.
I'm sorry, I thought you were talking about the other.
in that church, it was like King James only,
King
you
James,
know what I
B16.
Yeah.
mean? And so it was very like bound by laws
Yeah.
more than anything. And so that's where I don't know. I'm just going to see it. Anyway, so then I got into a church and, you know, kind of saw what freedom and a relationship with the Lord was. So that was the best
that
thing
was
that
still 2 times for me there.
still, well, that was a whole different situation. But anyway, it
I went to church. I went to
It
church and a fight
shocks.
wanted to break out. But that's
that was my ex-husband. Anyway,
that's a church. in the
back to the story. And Samantha said, props to Samantha. She said, I did hate that camp. I did hate Awana. Did she not?
Sure
She
did.
said, Mama, you were right. I hated that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
When-
go ahead.
When I was at the church my dad went to, which is in the little town of Boonville.
One stoplight,
Yeah.
4 ways.
He made me go when I lived with him, and we had the little GAs and the youth, and that's the only time that I can remember. The youth leader was my stepsister. So
Oh,
yeah.
I know what you're talking about now.
And
Yeah.
so that's the only good time that I remember going to church with him. All the other times, and even when the girls were born, because I wasn't married except for with Alexis,
Right.
and they were very judgmental. Crystal actually used to go there.
Huh.
Van Hoy, yeah.
Yeah.
When
you
when
are
she was
right.
pregnant with Trey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. So they were very judgmental. I said, if that's what church looks like, I'll never go.
Right.
And I didn't. I
Right.
held
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
So what you both are saying, really, truthfully, is, and it's going to hit people hard, but you didn't really back then have a church you could go to that could have helped you get out of what you was in
No.
without being judged about it.
No,
Yeah.
when
No,
me
no,
and my ex-husband had a house fire in Courtney, a church, not in Courtney, the second time this house caught on fire was in off of Nebo Road. But the church that we had never stepped foot in helped us more than a church I'd been to my whole life when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
The church that my dad went to, they were wanting to cook us some food. Well, honey, we ain't even got a place to live. Where we gonna eat?
Yeah,
Where
food
we
ain't
gonna?
gonna
You
help
need
that
more
either.
than
Yeah,
that.
where we
Yeah.
gonna eat the? Yeah, where we gonna
Right.
eat this food at? And Union Cross Church, right there in the curve of Nebo,
I know what you're talking
took
about.
up an offering and got us $900.
Mm-hmm.
And the girls were the only ones that had ever been there. They rode the van.
Uh-huh.
And you know that.
But see, you
Right.
remember those.
Yeah.
But you know,
That's
the
what
thing
I
is,
said,
the
yeah.
same pastor that pastors there now, pastor there then,
Right,
and he's a great man.
right.
I mean, that church has grown. Probably one of the top 5 biggest churches right now in Yadkin County. I'd
Oh
say.
yeah, I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
And props to pastor because he that church. Well, I've been there a couple of times for homegoing services of friends, but that church is always. I mean, they're always givers,
Yeah.
and that's why that church they built a new church, and that church is well,
Yeah.
it's probably about the size of Peacehaven.
Yeah.
Probably on the inside.
Well, you know that she said that. You remember Samantha always said, I remember when the youth pastor came by and brought that
See,
that
the little
bag.
things.
Yeah.
And all it had was like a little thing of jam in it and a few pieces of candy. And it was like, thank you for coming.
Yeah.
And all he did was say, thank you for coming. We're glad that you came. If you please come back, this is what we offer.
Yeah.
That was it.
They wasn't pushing it.
No.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, are you saved? Are you this? Do you know the Lord? It was just like, thank you that you came. We know that you came.
I've heard that story numerous times.
Yes.
And that's why I think we should reach out to the new people that do come.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
right,
I
but
reach
still
out to
even
them
a
on a
little
daily
goodie
basis.
bag.
But-
That's what I'm saying. Just a little. That's what Samantha
But
said. She never
see,
forgot
it's the
that.
little things.
It
It's
is
just
the
like-
little things.
It's just like I'm gonna tell you the weirdest thing and you're going to laugh, but I went to a church, one of the churches when been pastoring for almost 32 years, but been preaching for 36. I went to hold revival somewhere one time, and I had never received the honor that I received there. Like pastor, when you go into the pastor study, we got you we got you a meal, we got you these little things. First church I'd ever been to that was like that. And I asked the pastor, I said, do they always do this? He said, no, we honor the man of God. I mean, when I got to the motel, I was there for a week. When I got to the motel, it'd been paid for. They had my favorite drink at that time was Diet Mountain Dew. Well, they had me Diet Mountain Dews filled in the fridge. I love Twizzlers. It's just something. It's a stress reliever. They had Twizzlers in there, Reese's peanut butter, Reese's Pieces, and it was all. And the thing is, I don't think the honorarium was that much as far as the offering, but it was the first time I'd ever been honored that way, and I got honored over at Mount Nebo. Remember when I was over our preaching over a Pentecostal Holiness Church, African American Church on Cedar Brook. They honored us.
Yeah.
But it's like the little things that I remember. It wasn't, I went to Agape Faith Church one time down Clemens, one of the biggest churches in the area.
Yep.
And I knew that the pastor knew I was going to come, and he set me on the front row right beside Clint Brown. That's why Heather don't realize why I love Clint Brown. But I sat there, and he knew I loved his music, and he honored me. And it wasn't much. It's just the little things.
That's what I said.
But
It's
I
the
think,
little things.
But I think so many times that, that's why I want our church to be so different. Because when people come into our church, they're like, man, this is just different. Well, I want it to make a lasting impact.
Yeah.
But like you just said, maybe one of the places is when folks come, they leave empty-handed.
Yeah. I would agree with that because I've said that so many times.
Not that we're
Just a
trying to
little
advertise
something.
the church, but I mean a bag of candy.
Yeah. It's not.
And I think we had talked about this one time before. The kids remember the church that would come by every Saturday with it was basically like Samantha, a little bag of candy, inviting them to church, and then they had a van that would come and pick them up.
Yeah.
But if we did that, like, we ain't got to do the devotional tracks.
I love
No,
we ain't got to do.
No, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
The day that there's a track in a bag, I will not be the pastor of this church.
Yeah.
We ain't got to do all that.
But that is one of I cannot stand tracks.
Yeah.
I
think that just had like a little brochure as like the service times and kind of what they offered is what was in my bag.
Yeah, we could have something printed up
like the classes and stuff.
The church, the food pantry, the radical youth, the Sunday night live.
We can get this to print. I can get this to print on that.
Yeah, just what we offer.
And then just put it in a bag with some candy and go over there to the.
No, I know what you're saying. Yeah,
go
across the road and to Burger King.
No, go to the Loop.
Yes.
But see that,
and Spring Valley Drive. Ain't that what I told you was the name of it now?
In Elkin.
Elkin. Spring Valley.
Yes.
Springdale Valley or
Something
something like that.
But the thing is though, it's like when you think about y'all brought up something so wonderfully. But the impact, like if I'm gonna say it this way: if I was not if I was not the pastor of CORCC and I wasn't a part of CORCC, I would have to drive to Troy to feel like I was at home.
Right.
Yeah.
With Pastor Pope.
Right.
I mean, honestly.
Yeah.
I'd have to drive.
I don't know where I would go.
Yeah,
if this wasn't where I felt at home at, I don't know where I would have to go because like Elkin Valley was for you.
Yeah.
Because this is the first one
where
came
you
to.
came to.
Out of recovery, fresh
that
out of
was
recovery.
Your moment. Yeah.
And I think people, thinks of me. I mean, this is my forever pastorate. I mean, this, first.
This is my forever home, honey. I go where you go.
Me and First have always said that, when God brought us back, we've seen God do too much to know that this wasn't what God wanted us to do.
That's the truth.
We're all in.
Yeah.
You know,
We've been fought
I
too
mean,
much.
we have. I mean, we've had. I mean, giving God the glory. Please don't take us as boasting, because it's not. Weekly, I'm offered churches, and weekly I say no. There's a big church in Mount Airy. The pastor is leaving in July. Someone asked me about it today. No, this is where God has called me.
Yeah.
And you know, like I know you and James and Bo and Leanne. I'm just using y'all because y'all are here. I know you're all in.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that you're like if you was all as a table playing poker or whatever, all your chips are in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We going to win or we going to go broke.
Yeah. Even as much as my family's been fought, and some that's left, and some that's stayed, came back, left, stayed, come back. We were fought in those times. Like we were talked to about leaving, and and James reached out to the pastor, and that he did the right thing.
Yeah.
Instead of just leaving,
Yeah.
But the sad thing is that people don't even realize when you. I'm gonna say this the nicest way possible, and really, truthfully, trying to be just as. But I don't think people realize that there's a proper way to leave.
Oh yeah.
There is a proper way, and the thing is, when people leave, if they leave with the right spirit, and leave because God is saying it, it's not. It'll flow. But if it's not God, like I think we shared during the women's encounter, I missed it.
Yeah.
Verse said it so wonderfully. I'm a very transparent pastor. You've seen me. Bo and Leanne have seen me. James has seen me. I will stand up here at this pulpit and tell y'all, I missed it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not perfect, but I've missed it because she said the same thing, and I'm sure you would say the same thing she says. You try to find the good in everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you give people 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th chance. Where Pastor
but
Pope
they
would
don't
have
think
said
you do.
one and done, you know. Pastor Pope would have Pastor Pope will look at you and say, "You're out."
Yeah.
But the thing is,
I guess in a way, in your position, I don't know, but how could you be a church of recovery and
without
restoration?
that 17th,
That's
18th,
what I told
And I was like, but at the same time, you can't just keep giving. You can't be the doormat either.
Yeah.
Well, I think people don't realize,
Yeah, but a lot of people throw that up like, oh, you're a church of recovery and restoration. Yeah, honey, but so many times.
That's what
I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Like that's
I said second chance.
Yeah.
Say 17,
And I think
18.
a lot of people do use that as an excuse. Well, you are that. Well, yeah, but also David messed up. He was the apple of God's eye, and God said, you have one or two choices. Don't hear from me or die.
When you stray away from God, I mean, I think it's funny. I guarantee you talk to people who left this church, I was the problem. But the thing is, people don't want to admit you didn't want to be held accountable. You wanted to run away, so you haven't addressed the issue, and it's going to come back and bite you in the tail. It might not bite you at CORCC. It might bite you at the church down the street.
Yeah.
But the thing is, people want to run away, and I will tell you something. I used to be one of them people. So when Pastor Pope came into my life, I stopped running because I've seen God bless this man. I have seen God take that small, petite, young, well, I say young pastor, I still call you young, but I've seen this man withstand the test of time. I've seen him when everybody else walked away from me first. This man, he's not just my pastor first, I'll tell you, if it wasn't for her and him, he invested in me. And he'll look at me, I mean, he has no problem looking up at me and saying, you missed it. And I don't say, I don't want to be under your covering no more. He's my Elijah. I'm his Elisha. I'm going to honor this man. And I mean, in the past 6 weeks, he's whooped me quite a few times. But I didn't take the whipping as a chastisement. I took the whipping as a learning experience. Okay, Pastor, what did you see that I'm? And I'm gonna tell you, she is a great first lady. She is a great pastor. She doesn't realize we do this thing together. She will look at me, and I will take counsel from her, and I'll take counsel from pastor, and I'll take counsel from the general executive board. But the thing is, I will look at him, or I've even looked at her. Where did I miss it? Mm-hmm. What did you see that I didn't see? In hindsight, 2020. Mm-hmm. But I will look and I will say, and I will say this about James. I have the utmost respect for him. Absolutely. That young man he said we put him on the altar last week, but he said,
I wasn't going to say nothing. I didn't tell God I wasn't going to say nothing.
I'm glad that y'all really enjoyed talking about me, LOL. But the respect that I have for him,
You're welcome.
And this is what I love. Going to him just a second. He'll tell me when he misses it, and he'll say, Pastor, I need you to hold me more accountable. Yeah. Now, this young man, sometimes on the weekends when you guys are together, he doesn't hit me first thing in the morning, but sometime during the day, he'll say, hey, Pastor Jay, pray you have an awesome day. Love y'all. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, it's like the reason I have so much respect for him is he will admit when he's fallen short. He will admit when he gets angry. He will. And the thing is, I love that because he'll even look at me. He's talked to me, and I hope you don't mind him saying this. I missed it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But that's spiritual growth.
Yeah. And that's something that he's grown into in the last year.
Yes, ma'am.
Because that was the hardest thing for him to do.
Yeah.
Ever.
But
Ever.
But he wanted to be restored. Go back to ministry of restoration and second chances. He wanted that.
He hungered for it.
Yeah, because he said he was going to sit at the feet of the cross and be poured back into because he wasn't going to continue down the path.
But that makes the difference. People leave and they're like, oh, well, I thought you were this. Well, you don't want it.
You're right.
How bad do you want it?
Right.
It's like the drug. Yep. You would do whatever it took to get that drug. Yep. Am I not right?
You're right.
I will tell you,
should be the same for Jesus.
And now, God is promoting him.
That's what I'm saying. And how bad do you want it?
Now God, see, I can't speak for him. We'll have him on the podcast too. But I know that when you talk to him and he's hungry now. He's got a hunger for God. I'm talking about your husband here. He's got a hunger for God.
It makes you fall more in love with him.
It's just amazing to see.
I love it.
And but I think his promotion in the kingdom of God was the moment that he was real.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And the moment that he was like, hey, and I don't think your mommy saying, I missed it.
Yeah.
But the thing was, at least he looked and he said, and then of course through the time of growing, he had a lot of questions.
Oh yeah.
But he was like, I could just see his face now. But the thing was,
but he was willing to.
But
learn,
now on this side of it,
right now
he understands.
Yeah.
Even though he didn't understand at the time. But I always tell him. I'm sure you've heard me say, there's a method to my madness.
Right. Yeah.
People don't see that, but when you have a desire to grow, like he had a choice. I'll speak for him. He had a choice. I can just say I'm done with it, or he had a choice. Say, okay, God's got something greater. And but that goes back to that. Well, I have to really say this. That one example I can use is with him, so he can look back at these folks if they want accountability and say, I hope I'm not speaking for him and he gets upset, but there's a method to pastor's madness.
Yeah.
When I have fallen, and I'm not going to say I've fallen from grace, but I've missed it. Pastor Pope has no problem saying, son, I shared with the church that the time that I was more worried about feelings than spirit, and he said, if you don't get a hold of it, we're going to set you down. And I'm like, whoa, no, Pastor, I've invested too much in this. But he told me, I mean, you know, and it's just like with anything in the church, there's not a decision that I make that I don't go to pastor first.
Right.
You know, or the general executive board. And I hear people say that all the time. I cannot tell you in this area, people don't understand the covering. I mean, I had that brought to me about 2 weeks ago. But I've said this before, don't tell me who you're over till you tell me who you're under.
Yeah, there was a Christian artist that's one of the ones that we go and see in Tennessee. He posted on Facebook, he was like, he said, hey, pastors, he's like, how about you stop asking me my booking prices and ask me who I'm under or who my covering is.
Yes,
Who my
ma'am.
covering is,
Yes,
And
ma'am.
I was like, James, look, that's what pastors do.
Well, you got
Honey, he holds me accountable, and we would get all in out, argue about it, and I'm like, no, that's not right. But, honey, it was that spirit inside of me that
You're
didn't
right.
want that accountability. But now that I've submitted, I'm like, you know what? You're right. You're right.
it's-
And now it's
but-
so peaceful.
Yeah.
Well, you think about it. Everybody that does anything in this church, I'm their covering.
Yeah.
Or we're their covering.
No, you're
We're
right.
one flesh.
And
But
even any leader has to be
you have
submitted
have- you
to
have- I'm
some
gonna-
kind of authority.
I'm
I
going to
mean,
tell you, that's what people
you just
don't
are
understand
reckless.
as the pastor of the church, as the pastors of the church, because you look on that sign, it's us. I mean, when we say we all in, and I think you said this, but you know, everything in this church we had to co-sign for.
yeah.
You know, the church is CORCC on the lease, but slash us.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's it
Power
fall back
bill
on? Yeah.
slash
Us,
us.
yeah.
Water bill slash us.
You're right.
And people don't realize that. It's just like, well, you know, it goes back to first fruit giving, first fruit living. But you look at everything you just said, and I'm so glad that James seen that, you know, because a covering, it's kind of like Dr. R.A. Vernon said it so wonderfully. Don't tell me who you're over till you tell me who you're
That's
under.
true.
But I think, and what you said is so wild about the person y'all listen to, because how many times in the past 6 months have you two heard the word accountability?
A lot.
So much.
Yeah.
But isn't it
Yeah.
amazing, though, that every mighty man and woman of God that y'all listen to on podcasts and stuff, accountability. Accountability.
But you said keep your eyes and heart
Eyes
fixed.
and heart fixed in 2026.
Right?
But I think
And people who haven't,
They weren't held accountable.
no,
well,
they didn't want to be held
they
accountable.
were, but
So
they didn't want to be.
Right, yeah.
no,
I mean, you
so
know.
they didn't keep their eyes and heart.
Well, it's just like, you know, we're already, and I know we're running out of time, but
sorry.
no, don't worry about it. I love it because I love that we went through so many things, especially in Victoria for 2 weeks. But
Like
you know,
that, yeah.
it's one of those things that when you look, you know, like we're diving. I mean, I'm already talking about next year's women in war encounter. I'm not so sure we're not gonna have one in the fall. I'm telling you.
Hey, I'm excited. Go for it.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah. Tara asked if we did something every month, so she
Yeah,
This
could go.
young
son.
lady came and God
I
got a
know,
hold
I
of her,
love it. I
and
love
she is hungry. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, the women that have came that are part of the church now through the Women of War encounter. You know, of course, next year it's going to be you two, and I've given God the recognition He deserves. I've got my spiritual eye on somebody. And First and I are going to talk about it. And in April, next year I'd love to have a praise and worship minister of music come in and just lead music.
That'd be nice.
But I
was gonna say,
know,
where's Alice? She'll be saying, it's me.
it could be. Yeah, that
Hey.
was not me, ladies.
Sorry,
and
that
gentlemen.
was me.
But I'm telling you, and I really feel this in my spirit that God has called women. You know, me and James, we talked about a men of war.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that funny? It's called Mo.
Mo.
Y'all were wow, we're Mo. But you know,
Mow the yard.
Right.
Hey,
Mow money.
they take out the weeds. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
There you go.
But I'm just telling you, it's just amazing, and we don't want to lose that fire.
No.
Yeah, no.
But I've really enjoyed it. I thought you ladies brought 2 landmark messages. I am so proud of y'all. I'm proud of the girls, Allison, Madison, and Gracie. I was watching back in one of the sessions in the encounters, and I see my little 11-year-olds raise their hands and praising God. But I do thank them for being here. Do not forget, we're going to go real quick. Wednesday night, we're going to be diving into the book of Revelation, but we're going back to Ephesians. We're going back where you hit. We're going back to the book of Ephesians because we want to understand why Ephesus. Why did Jesus tell John that they had lost their first love?
Yeah.
So we're going to look at the letter that Paul wrote to the church of Ephesus, the whole letter. I'm talking about the whole book. So be with us Wednesday night, 6:59. Do not forget, a week from Sunday night is Sunday Night Live at 5:59. Our youth will be leading. I'm going to tell you something. I really want all of them to be up here with Gracie and the girls and just doing worship. I put myself down to do the teaching, but I'm not so sure that's where we're going to go. It's every 4th Sunday night of the month is Sunday Night Live. We've got our yard sale, bake sale. We want to thank Dalton and Cheyenne. They have donated their bouncy houses for it's a community day. It's a yard sale, bake sale. We've got the times tentatively 8 to 12. James is pushing me that we think we need to go longer, and I kind of sent him a text. The yard sellers are early, but we'll see. We're gonna have. I think you guys said popcorn.
I know at least snow cones, the bounce house, and baked goods. We're hoping cotton candy and popcorn. I got to get with Roxanne.
If you're watching.
With Roxanne.
But if you're, and I'm sure if we talk to Tara and talk to the other ones, if you want to volunteer that day, please do. We're doing it for, it's going to be 50-50. The church gets 50. We'll do 50% of the total proceeds, and then of course we're going to the youth also. We definitely want to invest in the radicals and invest in the mustard seeds.
Yeah.
But we're just excited about what God is doing. I just can't explain. I mean, we're seeing God do some things in the church that we've been praying for.
Amen.
But I will real quick. I didn't even do this. If you're watching, please let we just dove in. You know, we have our spiritual daughter with us. We just dive on
we
in.
Just went on.
But if you're watching this tonight, please type in "I'm here." Let us know. Bo has my screen over here that lets me know about who all's watching. If you're not watching CORCC, shame on y'all, because now it is black.
For shame.
But I don't think Bo's got it off. But shame on you, because you knew Keeping It Real was tonight at 6:59, 7:10, 7:15. We got some people that are watching. They just not commented. I hope we wasn't that boring. At least these ladies, I know they wouldn't. But I do thank you for coming and being a part. I'm really. I mean, it's. Or we could have you every week. I
agree. Gives us something to talk about.
You notice that she finally started talking. You see what I'm saying, Victoria? She finally starts talking about 15, 20 minutes in. She finally starts talking. I don't know why she gets nervous, because she don't see it in the pulpit. You know,
but I do get nervous.
She's very bold. But I do thank everybody for watching. James has been listening. I would have put the house on it that you was listening, because the wife would have asked you questions. Thought somebody had sent me a message.
Yes.
But don't forget Wednesday night. So we want to thank you all for joining us. Don't forget next Monday night, Keeping It Real with Dr. Jonathan and First Lady Heather. Please, and I know I say this, and I've never met the man before in my life, but please, please, please be praying for Pastor Greg Locke and his family. I heard him, like I said, I listened to him yesterday. It just broke my heart. I mean, the tiers. I know they're don't forget the food pantry is this Saturday from 10 to 12. Need food, or you know somebody that needs food, come to the food pantry. Regina, we call her mom, but Regina will be here. We got food over in the food pantry. Come and get what you need.
What is it, 8, 12?
Yeah, 8
I mean,
to
I'm
12.
just saying you might want to say.
Did I not say 10 to 12?
No.
Not yet.
Not yet. Sorry.
10 to 12. Let me just, wait. We have to have it on the sign 10 to 12. How about 9:59 to 11:59, okay? We don't like religious timing. But just food pantry, it's open every other. Now, the food pantry will be open during the community day. So we'll have the food pantry open. Guys, that food, if you need it, come and get it. That's why it's there.
Amen.
Yes.
What'd you say? Yes, if you to talk about that, we'll have to get James in on this. Maybe get both of them in here. If you would like to donate baked goods, now listen. Let me tell you something. I'm going to say this the nicest way possible. If you are going to bring clothes, make sure you'd put them on the day that you brought them. Yeah. Don't bring us stuff that you wouldn't wear. God bless you. But if you're just bringing it to, I'm going to tell you what you bring. If we don't use, you take them back, because we have no room in the inn.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? No room in the inn. But if you donate, please make sure. I'm so serious about that.
Yeah.
Don't put something out there for us to sell, to take care of the house of God, if you would not wear it. That's why First and I will never put green peas in the food pantry or hamburger helper.
Peas.
You might, but I don't.
Some people do.
Well, I'm not.
That's why there's packs of tuna over there, because I love tuna and the girls love.
But I'm gonna tell you something. I ain't gonna put something over. You like green peas, Pastor? No. Why'd you put them over? I
say your wife
first did it. To donate, please let us know. But we do thank you guys. We're excited about May 30th. But we're gonna plane. And I would ask you, but then you'll turn it over to somebody else. So
Victoria.
I'm going to ask Victoria if she don't do. Look at her big eyes. She doesn't have to be professional, but we're going to ask her to say the closing prayer. Don't forget to join us next week. But I'm going to ask Victoria, getting her out of her shell, if she will, to say a prayer, and we'll land this thing. So go ahead, Victoria.
For letting us come to the house of God tonight and do the podcast. Let be with everyone as they go home in this work week, and be with us as we come back on Wednesday night. Give Pastor the words to say.
Amen. And
thank you for your blessings. Amen.
Amen.
That was great. Listen, we will see you Wednesday night here from the house of CORCC, and we will see you next Monday at 6:59 for Keeping It Real with Dr. Jonathan and First Lady Heather. God bless you. We love you. We'll see you.